Okay, so you're getting into the rhythm of your diet thing now, it's February, but you've been on it a while and the hunger's starting to creep in. So we need to look at some ways of effectively managing that before you go off the fucking rails. First thing we're gonna look at is probably the simplest, but one of the most important, it's hydration. Making sure that you're adequately hydrated in order to not feel fucking starving all day. So like you saw there, carrying around a 2 litre bottle of water, having that handy, maybe using some Robinson squash drops or even diet soda, can just make you aware of how much you physically should be drinking, but also make it taste a little bit better than plain water. I don't mind water personally, but a little flavouring never hurt anybody. Second thing we're going to talk about is food volume. Probably the easiest way to not feel hungry is to eat more, right? Making the right choices with your food and having a high amount of food volume is going to help manage hunger much, much better. Things to increase food volume. Vegetables are going to be your easiest and probably best way of doing so. On top of the actual bulking out of the meal, you're also getting a load of micronutrients and some fibre in there, and in my opinion, they taste nice. Other things you can include are those fucking bare naked noodles. They're expensive, they taste like slime, but if you're really in the arse end of a diet, slime is probably better than not eating at all. Next thing, again, is something fucking free that you can do. Everybody should be doing it anyway, and it's sleeping better or getting more quality sleep. Now, the amount of sleep that you need as an individual is probably going to be varied depending on, your activity levels and your genetics, but for most people, 6 to 8 hours of good quality sleep per night is going to help manage hunger more effectively. The more tired you are, the higher a hunger hormone is called ghrelin, and that means you're more likely to go in Sandra's biscuit tin in the staff room at break time and fuck off your diet. Make sure that you're getting good adequate sleep, you'll control that hunger hormone, and maybe Sandra's jammy dodgers might just be safe tomorrow. Time management is the next thing that we need to look at. Now, this is going to be one of those things that's very individual for the person. I personally like fasting, so I take a long period in the morning where I don't eat, I get a load of shit done, I'm out and about, I do things, and then by the time I come to eat, it's about 12:30, 1 o'clock, I've got my whole day's calories to then eat from that point onwards. It means I can have bigger meals, means I can have more frequent meals, or it feels like it, because I've had that time not eating in the morning. It's not magical, it's just a strategy. Some people, you'll fucking hate it. You'll be starving, and then you'll binge all your calories in one go because you've not eaten in the morning. For those kind of people, spreading your meals out over the course of a day evenly is probably going to be a better option. This is one of those things that you'll just have to tinker with yourself. There's no hard and fast rule on it, and it's something that you just need to work around your lifestyle and see what benefits you the most. Getting into the dark ages now, the dark side of hunger management, we're going to talk about some appetite suppressants, some kind of supplementary ways we can do things, and some things that are probably not very healthy, but if you're towards the end of a diet, can help. Caffeine, so ramping up your caffeine intake, stimulant intake, especially in the morning. Try and keep it away from your sleep. Like we said earlier, sleep is important, but having a high amount of caffeine in the morning can blunt hunger. Even nicotine can help. I'm not saying go out and take up smoking, but there is a reason, probably a multitude of reasons why when people stop smoking, they tend to eat more. One, because they need something to fill the void of actually having a fag, and two, they don't get the appetite suppression of nicotine, so they actually have a higher hunger feeling throughout the day. Last thing we're going to look at is meal kind of hygiene, or meal habits, how to actually eat your food. What? So having good meal hygiene, chewing your food correctly, not absolutely fucking inhaling it, putting your knife and fork down in between meals, taking your time to actually savor and taste the food that you've been so fucking bothered about eating, will all help manage hunger. You just Wile E. Coyoteing it down like it's the last meal you're ever gonna fucking have, barely touching the sides, you're gonna finish it and be like, right, where's the rest of it? That's when things start getting into, cracking open the Ben & Jerry's, having a bag of crisps, all that shit that you do after you've eaten a meal that's gonna add those extra calories. You don't need to do. Just eat your meal, in a conscious and time-effective manner. So there you have it, loads of things that you can do to help manage your hunger effectively, which in turn is going to help your diet efforts tenfold. If you enjoyed that, like it, share it. Please give me some fucking props on the production value of this one. My phone actually failed about 3 times to fucking save all this. So this is the 4th time I've done it, which is really, really time consuming today. So I really, really hope it made a difference, and it hurt me to actually leave the whiteboard in there, but I need to get away from the whiteboard a little bit. It's becoming a bit of a crutch. So like it, share it, leave me a comment if any of these helped you, leave me a comment if you've actually done any of these and implemented it and seen a difference.